how Donald Trump was on message with Elon Musk last night. And that's the subject of the riff. So the live Elon Musk interview on X with former President Donald Trump was one massive, humongous, huge event. Now, there are a lot of numbers being thrown around. According to Fox News report, at its peak, about 1.3 million people were listening live. The Trump team has numbers slightly bigger, and when they add in impressions, views, and posts related to the interview, what you have is a really big, gigantic media event, live and unscripted. Now, I know it's an important event because the liberal media is howling against it today. That's a surefire measuring tool of its success. And there's plenty of substance to that interview. For example, talking about the economy, Mr. Trump mentioned several times how voters want to hear about the economy because they cannot afford groceries. He said he'd cut taxes not only for businesses, but for the middle class, and he would further deregulate the economy. He said he intends to get rid of the criminals that have been given to us by other countries, and explained that he will get tough on trade using the principle of reciprocity. He intends to close up the Department of Education, move it out to the states. He emphasized how in his first term he achieved record unemployment for minorities. He repeated over and over how Biden-Harris energy policies have caused inflation. He also advocated for nuclear power. Mr. Trump vowed to drill, baby, drill. Elon Musk said at one point, I think we need a government efficiency commission to say, hey, where are we spending all this money? Elon offered to serve on it, and Mr. Trump immediately said he'd love that and called Elon the greatest cutter. And Mr. Trump also said that we need more energy in order to power AI. On foreign policy, Trump talked about how he left Iran broke, had Putin scared, also how he dealt with North Korea successfully, while Biden has allowed a Russia-China alliance that is dangerous to the world. Before the interview, Mr. Trump returned to the X site, of course, formerly Twitter, and he said, are you better off now than you were when I was president? Good question. He said this to his 89.2 million followers. This is on top of the interview with Mr. Musk. In other words, one way or another, millions upon millions of people heard Donald Trump's message in just the last 24 hours. And the good news is Mr. Trump was on message, reminding people of his substantive, successful policies. In other words, full of insights, not insults. A good day's work, wouldn't you say, folks? And that's the riff. All right.